Hello everyone. One thing I take a lot of inspiration from, which might be a little surprising, is graffiti artists. Not graffiti artists in like particular, but just the different mediums that are used in graffiti. If you think about it, their writing surfaces aren't the greatest, not at all. You're writing on concrete, plastic, glass, brick, light poles, just any open surface is a medium for graffiti artists. So it's really interesting to see what they make work. And one in particular is etching. If you look at a gas station mirror or even windows, anything that's soft enough, there's a chance you'll see a graffiti tag, scratched into the surface of the mirror or the glass. And I've always wondered how they do it. For a while I just assumed that they use a razor blade or something sharp, but I actually found the method. This is probably the best case scenario. I would imagine there are some artists that just use a razor blade, but this is an industrial etcher. This is for welding. It's for marking and scoring metals. So this is tungsten, I believe, tungsten carbide tip. So anything softer than this will get marked into. So you can imagine how easy it is to just write into glass. This was sharp enough to scratch my watch. So that'll show you something. And it's sharp enough to etch. You can imagine sharp enough to etch into soft plastic. Which, yeah, it's you can kind of see it in the light. That's why it's always done on glass, because it's very easy to see on glass and clear things. But actually, if you were to write over it with a marker and then wipe it off, all the ink gets left in the crevices and leaves something like this behind, which is really cool. I feel like this is way more permanent than any marker can do on this plastic, considering it's literally scratched in, etched in. And yeah, I think I just want to do a big piece on this little tray I got. It's a nice green color. I didn't really care that it was green, but it's something cool, and it's a nice soft plastic that I even think I could etch with my fingernail if I cared for. So let's get into this. Alright, I think the biggest challenge with this is the fact that this is only a good medium for this. I'm using a 6B. I really hope. Yeah, it literally just wipes away. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. You know, we work around it. Actually at Starbucks today, which is like major for me. I don't know any of their fancy drinks, so I literally just got a black coffee. That's literally all I got. And it was like $2, that's not bad. But, you know, consider the fact like you only have to buy like 3 of them for it to be the same price as a fucking tin of Folgers. I think I'm just gonna do this like bit by bit, cause yeah, I'm too scared to make this full drawing and then I smudge my fucking wrist all over it. I'm getting my daily dose of microplastics. I think that's one of the downsides of this. So you're literally just cheese grating microplastics. I also had something similar like this when I was younger. I don't know how I got my hands on it, but it was one of those etchers that they use in prison to etch names onto, you know, like you have a radio etcher, prisoner number and name onto it. And I had that for some reason, and I don't remember what I did with it, but I had that. You can also hear it. This is gonna make me hurt. I just know, I can feel that wrist pain cooking up. That's another reason why this is probably not a sustainable medium. It's just a little fun. Just having a little bit of fun. Alright, there's the first bit of it. You can kind of see. You can see the method. Redraw some of those details because I just smudged the hell out of this drawing. My fear did come true. Yeah, for the next video I'm gonna do this on a bathroom stall, so make sure y'all stay tuned in and subscribe for my next video. I'm gonna do this in a Buc-ee's bathroom. I think that's the whole thing right there. Let's try this. So I'm just gonna use an alcohol marker because it's really easy to wipe out. Use an old sock. It's my Span sock. Where's my Jeremy fragrance? Where's my fragrance? I had some fragrance on me. I'm legit only using this because there's alcohol in it. You could use Germex, or preferably rubbing alcohol. Actually, that would be nice if you used rubbing alcohol. And you literally just ride over it, and you can feel the bump. And like I said, not a sustainable medium. I can feel it grinding away the nib of this marker. It's literally just sandpaper since it's just an oddly rough surface. And then just spray it onto the rag. I could probably do that a couple of good times to really get it in. Yeah, let me just get like a little bit. Oops. It's really fragrant in here now. This is my favorite top note. I love Jeremy fragrance. There we go. I'm not gonna call that done yet. I want to do my scratches like on the back. So far, so good. Let's do some shading. Honestly, I know it sounds really negative what I said before. I was like, this is not a sustainable medium, but this is kind of fun still. But like I said, this tungsten, it's like literally like tungsten carbide. This isn't enough to cut metal, so this is literally just so easy to use. I was a little shook about that. I love oatmeal. I actually got some steel cut oats. I don't even know what the hell that means, because when I used to work in a fancier kitchen with like actual chefs and sous chefs and shit, the head chef, we were opening and he had a bowl of oatmeal and he was like, have you ever had steel cut oatmeal? I'm like, no, I don't know what steel cut is. He's like, okay, so normally oatmeal is milled and crushed, but this oatmeal uses steel cut oats in order to separate the, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. But I was like, yeah, okay. And then I came across it at Walmart, and I was like, bro, yeah, look at those steel cutouts. Chef said it was good, so trust the chef. If there's any food recommendation you have to trust, it's from a chef. I really had huge ambitions for this, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna draw in here and then make little drawings in each cup, but like, this is just really, really hard to draw with. I can imagine this could be like one of those art forms that are like, can only exist in places where you have like so much spare time. Like this, I can imagine this in like prison. Like legit. There's probably some like guy in a prison out here making murals on his lunch trays. And I don't know. Because I have the option to draw on anything I want. And I wish to use that ability right now because this is not the greatest. This has really exhausted me. For such a simple drawing, this like actually exhausted me. Ooh, I could really smell it now. That's why I also like using alcohol instead of water, because once that pigment gets watered down, it's just going to seep deeper and deeper. Because this is why I'm just using a rag. I'm not using a brush, because I know brush would pick it up out of the crevices. The rag is just going to push it deeper and deeper into each of those scratches. There you go. That's even better. Just one more pass. Here it is. Not bad. Not bad for something I've never used before, except for that little practice. There was a little practice. Incredible. Just flip that around. Cool.